The Sahara, a name that echoes like a long, slow breath. It's a dream of endless sand and deep silence, a golden sea stretching beyond the horizon. The desert called to me, promising escape from the noise of daily life. This wasn't just about seeing a new place, it was about feeling something different. People and animals have survived here for millennia, their stories hidden in the dunes. I left behind comfort for the unknown, trading city noise for desert silence. I was ready to step into the golden sea. The adventure was about to begin. The journey began where the road ended. One moment a dusty track, the next only sand. The air was hot and dry, carrying the scent of sun-baked earth. My guide, Omar, born of the desert, smiled and pointed ahead. This is it, the beginning. Before us, dunes rolled away like sleeping giants, beautiful and intimidating. My boots sank with every step. The desert tested me from the start. I looked back at my footprints, knowing the wind would soon erase them. The desert holds nothing of the past, it is always new. Omar moved with a steady rhythm, at one with the land. I tried to match his pace, learning to read the sand and watch the dunes change color with the light. In the morning, they glowed yellow. By afternoon, they burned orange. The beauty was overwhelming, making the hard walk worthwhile. We walked for hours under the relentless sun with no shade, just sand and sky. The world became simple sand, sky, and the sound of our feet. My mind, usually crowded with worries, grew quiet. There was nothing to do but walk, nothing to think about but the next step. It was the start of a new kind of freedom. The desert stripped life down to its essentials. Each step was a lesson in presence. The silence grew deeper with every mile. I was just happy to be there, seeing it with my own eyes. The Sahara was already changing me. I felt lighter, freer. The journey had truly begun. After the first day, the silence of the desert became real. At first, my mind played tricks, phantom sounds from the world I'd left behind. But the only true sound was the wind, a constant companion. It whispered secrets as it swept across the dunes, sometimes gentle, sometimes fierce. The wind was the Sahara's voice, telling stories older than memory. I learned to listen, the hiss of sand, the moan through rocks. Omar said the wind was a storyteller, carrying tales across the desert. In the silence, my senses sharpened. I noticed the tiny tracks of a beetle, the shadow of a cloud, the warmth of the sun. The quiet was not empty, it was full of peace. Without the city's noise, my thoughts became clear. Time slowed, days stretched out, measured by sun and stars. There was time to walk, to rest, to think. The silence taught me to be present, to live in the moment. The desert's quiet was a gift. It changed how I saw the world. I stopped worrying about what came next. I just listened, to the wind, to the silence, to myself. The Sahara was teaching me to live in the now. The wind's stories became my own. I was part of the desert's endless song. The silence was alive. I was learning to hear it. The Sahara's landscape was always shifting, never the same, never dull. Some days we crossed ergs, vast seas of dunes, other days flat plains of rock and gravel. The dunes were like frozen waves, some gentle, others towering mountains of sand. Climbing them was exhausting, but the view from the top was breathtaking, sand stretching forever. The wind sculpted the dunes into sharp ridges and soft curves, living mountains always on the move. Omar called them living mountains, here today, gone tomorrow. The desert was alive, changing with every gust. We crossed dry riverbeds, wadis, where water once flowed, a reminder the Sahara was not always a desert. These traces of water were messages from the past, proof of a world transformed. The desert's colors surprised me, pale white, deep red, even black sand, rocks streaked with purple and green. At sunrise and sunset the world turned pink and orange, the sky was a show of its own. By day, endless blue, by night, a velvet sky scattered with stars. The Sahara's beauty was complex, changing with every hour. It was a living canvas, painted by wind and time. The landscape humbled me. Nothing here was permanent. The desert reminded me that change is the only constant. Every step revealed something new. The Sahara was a river of sand, always flowing, always alive. I was just a traveler passing through its story. The desert's lessons were everywhere. I learned to watch, to wonder, to let go. I expected emptiness, but the Sahara was alive. Quiet, hidden, resilient. Omar pointed out tiny holes. Fennec fox, he whispered. Tracks of desert mice, tough plants with deep roots. Life here was a miracle, a testament to survival. One day we found a small oasis, green palms, cool water, birdsong. It felt like a dream, a patch of life in a sea of sand. We rested, refilled water, and washed away the dust. The oasis was more than a rest stop, it was hope, proof that beauty can flourish anywhere. We met Tuareg nomads, the blue people, traveling with camels. They welcomed us with smiles and sweet mint tea. Their lives were simple, unchanged for centuries, deeply connected to the desert. They taught me that wealth isn't what you own, but your ties to family, culture, and land. Sitting with them, I heard stories of spirits in the wind and stars guiding their way. Their respect for the desert was profound. They saw it as a partner, not an enemy. This encounter was a gift, a lesson in humility and wisdom. The desert's people were as remarkable as its landscape. I learned that life, even in the harshest places, finds a way. The Sahara was full of hidden wonders. Every day brought a new discovery. The emptiness was an illusion. The desert was alive, and so was I. I carried these lessons with me. The Sahara had changed how I saw the world. Sahara days were long and hot, but the nights, magical. As the sun set, the sky exploded with color, the heat fading into cool, gentle air. We built a small fire, cooked a simple meal, and drank hot tea. My favorite time was sitting by the fire, watching the last light fade. When darkness fell, the stars appeared, brighter and more numerous than I'd ever seen. The Milky Way shimmered overhead, a river of light. I lay on the cool sand, staring up for hours, feeling small but connected to something vast. My worries shrank beneath the endless sky. Omar told me his people navigate by the stars. They are both map and guide. For them, the night sky is a friend, a way home. Each night I felt peace as I drifted to sleep under the stars. No walls, no roof, just the open sky. I was part of the landscape, connected to travelers across time. Those nights are memories I'll carry forever. The desert stars taught me humility and wonder. The Sahara's beauty comes with challenge, none greater than the sun. The heat was relentless, draining every ounce of energy. Water was precious, every drop counted. We dressed in light clothes, heads wrapped in scarves like the Tuareg. Walking in the heat was the hardest part. My body ached, my mind grew foggy. Sometimes I wanted to give up, but Omar's calm strength kept me going. He taught me to move slowly, to find a rhythm. The desert does not like to be rushed. Fighting the desert was futile. You had to work with it. Sandstorms would come suddenly, turning the sky yellow, filling the air with grit. We'd find shelter, cover our faces, and wait it out, reminded of nature's power. These moments were frightening, but they taught respect and resilience. Every challenge overcome made me stronger. The desert demanded everything, but its rewards were hard-earned. After a day under the burning sun, the cool evening felt like a gift. The struggle made the beauty sweeter. The Sahara taught me perseverance. I learned I was capable of more than I imagined. The desert's lessons were written in sweat and sand. Nothing here was given freely. But every hardship brought a deeper sense of accomplishment. The sun was both adversary and teacher. The greatest gift of the Sahara was solitude. For hours I walked alone, Omar a distant figure. In my normal life I'm never truly alone, always distracted, always busy. In the desert, there was only me and my thoughts. At first my mind was noisy, but the silence slowly quieted it. Solitude gave me space to rediscover myself. I reflected on my life, my choices, my dreams. The desert stripped away distractions, leaving only what mattered. The solitude wasn't lonely. It was a new kind of company. I felt connected to the sand, the wind, the stars. In the city you can feel isolated in a crowd. In the desert I felt part of everything. This paradox changed me. I returned calmer, more patient, grateful for small things. The desert taught me the value of silence and simplicity. You don't need much to be happy, just presence and awareness. The lessons of solitude are wisdom you can't learn from books. You have to walk into the quiet and listen. The desert's silence became my teacher. Leaving the Sahara was harder than entering it. The desert had become part of me. Its silence, its vastness, its rhythm. Returning to the noise of the world was a shock. I missed the simple walk, the taste of tea by the fire, the stars overhead. A part of my heart stayed behind in that golden sea. This journey was more than a trip. It was an odyssey through time and self. The desert stripped away the non-essential, revealing what truly matters: connection, presence, peace. I believe everyone has a Sahara to cross, a challenge, a journey to find themselves. The world is full of wild, quiet places that can teach us. Step away from the noise, find a place to listen to your own heart. These journeys change us for the better. The world is a beautiful book waiting to be read. Don't be afraid to start a new chapter. Let the quiet places fill your heart with wonder, as the Sahara filled mine. The greatest adventures lead us back to ourselves.